Good morning and welcome to the market forecast. It is Friday, August the 28th. I'm John Hoagland, as always. Thank you for trusting me with your time. I'm never quite sure when the stream is going to start. I'm going to have to get that figured out. And welcome, everybody. It is Friday. Happy Friday. We've got some interesting things in the markets. We've got our currencies currently working in and around some of our weekly kickoff levels. I'm looking forward to showing you that this morning. As always, we're going to look at these markets in context through the lens of risk management. This morning, I've got the shirt on. I thought, well, Wednesday we thought it was on inside out, but it turns out that shirt was broken. I fixed it, and now it's on correctly. As far as eco numbers this morning, we're finishing up the Jackson Hole Symposium. 7:30 this morning, we had goods trade balance as well as personal income and outlays. 9 o'clock, we're looking for consumer sentiment to come out. And that's going to be about it for the week. I'm usually looking forward to hopefully finishing the week strong here early on Friday and maybe starting the weekend a little bit early. That's what we used to do on the trading floor. If you had a good week, you made a little bit of money on Friday, you started the weekend early. Hopefully that's how it's all going to work out for everybody. As far as news is concerned, equities just continue to roll higher, roll higher, roll higher. Powell's comment yesterday that the Fed would allow an overshoot of inflation greater than 2% is raising speculation that the Fed would increase stimulus to continue to support recovery from the COVID pandemic. Stocks are certainly looking like they're in a thank God it's Friday mood. Yesterday's GDP, jobless claims, and home sales seem to be a distant memory. We all know how short term the memory of traders is or are. For me, Fridays on directional weeks always have me on the alert for a possible profit taking event. We don't know if that's going to happen. It seems as though more and more people are just afraid they're going to miss the upside move, and when everybody's in, that's when that is going to happen. We don't know when it's going to happen, but we can rest assured at some point it probably will. Make sure you like, share, comment, question. Feedback is always welcome, of course. I always do enjoy a good heckling, as we found out on Wednesday. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get notifications whenever we do go live. We're putting out more and more live content and planning on putting out a lot more. So hopefully we'll find all of this useful and helpful to our trading. The VIX is up a little bit off its recent lows. 2478. I find that interesting as we are kind of holding here at all-time highs in our stock indices. Dollar index a little bit lower, 90 through 92.37. I want to say good morning to everybody. Good morning, Charles. First in the room, you win the prize. Kevin Scott beats me to it. Yes, let's all take a moment and say a prayer for everybody that is being affected by the hurricane in Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, anywhere that anybody is in the path of that storm. So yes, make sure you take a moment, say a prayer for them. Thank you very much, Kevin Scott. Toad, is it Friday already? Yes, these weeks do seem to be flying by. It's hard to believe. Next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend is the Labor Day holiday, so we won't be trading on Monday. I think you probably can in limited circumstances and during limited times, but I'm not going to be. I'm going to be taking that day off and chilling out. I want to say good morning to Tanya, AYSE, Nick Mo, good morning. Jason, yes, it was a broken shirt. I did not have it on inside out. It was broken. John, AYSE, yes, hopefully we're going to have a lot of good advice here for us today. Sarah, good morning. Greetings to all. Yes, Deg. Jack, Esteban, good morning. Fanis, yes, howdy. How's that? Yes, the shirt on the property. It was broken. Fanis, it was broken shirt. Rob T. Bryce, let's all say a prayer for all those affected by unemployment as well, of course. Yes, there is a long laundry list of prayers that we should all be sending out into the universe, and you know, that's just another one on the list, of course. Michael H, Steve M, Keith, good morning. Doyle, good morning. Okay, I think we've got our early business taken care of. Let's take a look into the charts as usual. I like to take a look first at the daily in crude, just going left to right. Here is the daily. Mason says it's the best 2 days of trading. Break the shirt again. I'm glad that it was going well for you. It actually seemed to work for me too. I wasn't in the office or working yesterday, but I was paying attention and had a couple of decent opportunities even yesterday. So I'm with you, Mason. Maybe I'll break the shirt again today. All right, here's the crude oil, 43.40, the weekly kickoff high, tested 3 times this week, unable to really close above it or continue any real momentum or volume above that level 3 times this week. It's surprising, isn't it? I mean, the upside structure remains. We have this hurricane in the Gulf, and we're not screaming higher. We're kind of maintaining resistance at a known level for 43.40, our weekly kickoff level. Looks like we're going to get another shot at it here. We added 6,000 in open interest off that level yesterday on higher volume. But the structure is still strong to the upside. So, what is a trader to think? Well, I think we're better off not thinking. I think we're better off just trading what we're seeing. We're seeing some kind of conflicting information here, structure to the upside, an addition in open interest to the downside yesterday. We need to see where that open interest came in. Was it, I'm sure it was during the regular trading hour session, and we'll look at the direction of the trading session yesterday. We're an inside day today, pretty big range yesterday as far as extended trading hours are concerned. Let's take a look at the 30 and see what we're seeing here. So yesterday, our increase in open interest was really in both directions. We had fought with 43.40 early in the session, didn't hold up there much. Our best trade location of the day I would have to say was that 43.40 level that looks like we're headed back towards now. We had a pretty deep move to the downside, and then rotation all day yesterday, adding 6,000. So a lot of difference of opinion. I'm going to say this increase in open interest was we opened in range and value. It looks like we're taking another look possibly at this 43.40 level. You can't see if the opening range was the low of the regular trading hour session, but it doesn't matter anyway because I probably wouldn't have been doing anything with it anyways. We have no overnight inventory. Completely all of our overnight activity was inside value from yesterday. This is a possible change, a possible opportunity for us to take a look back at this 43.40 weekly kickoff high level. I was going to say inside value area, stay patient, but if we continue to hold outside value, then our next opportunity for an execution would be 43.40. If that can't hold, then we'll look for continuation to the upside. This 43.40 is these weekly kickoff levels are more important inflection levels that I read in longer time frame. These are levels that I'm looking for longer, stronger money to come into the marketplace and affect price in bigger ways. We've seen it reject 3 days in a row here. Is day 4 going to be the opportunity for us to see a breakout to the upside? We had some pretty good volume yesterday, decent volume. Today is still up in the air. So watch that 43.40 level as we get closer to it to see if there's an opportunity for you there. Here's the E-mini S&Ps, the daily chart, volume and open interest, still showing money coming in. We had a high volume day yesterday. There was a little bit of a change in the personality that I want to go over with you on the 30-minute chart. Um, but the volume was pretty good yesterday. We still have 11,000 additional contracts being added, estimated in open interest on an upside move. It seems like there's still money coming into this market, and it seems there's a lot of talk of kind of a blow off top coming, and I've been looking for it, and I don't think that we've seen it yet. We didn't put in a very strong high yesterday. We put in a weak high yesterday, which already we see the market has taken out yesterday's high. We've put in a new all-time high in the overnight session, which tends not to hold during the regular trading hour session. There's a lot of things we're going to be looking at in the S&Ps today that really can give us possibly some decent levels, at least some good context for the market. The market looks really strong on the daily, money coming in. Again, I'm always cautious. You know, we've had one, two, three, four. We've had four. Let's call it 6, 7 days. Uh, Green bars. When are we going to see some profit taking in this? Did we possibly see some profit taking yesterday? We saw some buyers, some pretty decent buyers in this market as well. Let's take a look. Okay, so the the little difference of personality change here in the S and P's. I'm just going to go for the past couple of days here. I canceled out this chart, and I want to add a couple of more days here because I want you to see what we're talking about. Okay, so all right, so the overnight here. This is an overnight. Our overnight here, the market opens the following day below that level. Okay, this wasn't actually a recent high. Here, let me get a little bit further back. I apologize. This should have been prepared for a little bit earlier, but I just screwed up the chart before. The forecast here. Okay, so here is a new recent high. It took the better part of the morning for the market to trade above it. Here is another, well, sort of a similar situation. We have a high that occurs in the overnight. It takes the entire session for the market to come back and take that out. Here we have another situation. Here's the overnight. Here's an all-time high that occurs in the overnight. The market takes all day long to take out that all-time high that occurred in the overnight. Similar situation, another all-time high that occurs in the overnight. We can't even get there on this day. It took 2 days for us to take out this all-time high that occurred in the overnight session. We have another all-time high that occurs after the close here. It doesn't take us too long yesterday to do that. Okay, well, actually, our overnight high was right here, which was an all-time high. Let me make this a lot bigger so we can see this. So this was our all-time high on the open. It took within the first half an hour for us to put in a new higher high. That to me is a little bit of a change in personality, a little change in the way this market has been trading. So we take it out, we look lower. This double top up here, this appeared double top, is not a strong high. There's no real evidence of rejection of price at that level. This is the level of concern, which is if you were short up here, it was telling me that I didn't want to marry that position. I didn't think that our blow off top had occurred because we had no evidence of excess at the high, at the all-time high. We looked up there a couple of times in two different 30-minute periods, and that's enough to say to me, all right, we did not truly reject. A true rejection is market price gets to a level and is rejected quickly and never returns to it. We returned to it yesterday, so the shorts yesterday would have been better off looking for a profit target more than looking for this to be the blow off top and for this market to start to look for a bigger adjustment to the downside. So now we've got the same situation. We've got the all-time high occurring in the overnight. We have a weak high from yesterday. We're going to be opening in range, possibly in value. Try and stay patient. Um, with that new high in the overnight, I don't think that we've necessarily seen our blow off top that everybody seems to be talking about. I think there's still maybe more upside to come. But again, I don't know. I don't have the crystal ball, and nobody does. Nobody can say for sure what's going on. All I keep thinking is, boy, there's a lot of profits in the longs in this market. When are those longs? When are they going to start taking some of those profits? I really like to see the opportunity for us to see a rejection. Remember, not a weak high, an area of excess that gets to and rejects quickly above our overnight high to look for an opportunity for a short. But again, you have to be careful. This market has been eating those that have been trying to remain short or getting short on a daily basis or getting shorter on a daily basis for 40 years. So the timing of this blow off to the top and a move back to the downside to adjust inventory is going to be very difficult. However, very profitable. Keep your eyes peeled. Of course, keep your ears and eyes on the news too. That move could be brought on by some sort of headline news, and God knows there's enough of that going around out there. All right, lots of uncertainties in the world. The Nasdaq is presenting a little bit of a different situation. We had high volume yesterday, only adding 600 in open interest. We did put in a new all-time high. We have an inside extended trading hour range today. Okay, we don't see that often here in the Nasdaq, and um, let's see here. Volume was good yesterday. Again, the open interest low. We had a lower close yesterday, so it looks like even with the volume, we didn't change a lot of hands yesterday. It seemed like that was a day when traders were holding pat with their positions in the Nasdaq. We didn't see a lot of money coming in or leaving the marketplace yesterday. So, is today going to kind of be a day of rest for the Nasdaq? That's kind of what this acts like to me because we have an inside day. But again, anything can happen. Here's the 30-minute chart. Here's settlement from 2 days ago, settlement from yesterday. Again, really look where we went tonight or last night. Value low, value high. We're right near settlement. We're not even open yet. We're opening in, let's call it 11 minutes. We're inside range, inside value. I'm going to try and stay patient in this market. There's always the possibility that the opening range trade may pay us, and if the opening range trade is cheap enough, it might be something that I could think about possibly doing. I don't trade the Nasdaq that much. It's too whippy and gives me heart palpitations. Not literally, just it makes me a little bit jumpy because of how volatile and how fast that market moves. We've got no overnight longs, no overnight position, no overnight shorts, inside value area, patience. Patience. Gold. All right, the seventh day in range here. Lots of things going on with inflation, with the dollar. Lots of uncertainties. Stocks at all-time highs. We're just basically in a short time frame range here. It's a little bit surprising. Decent volume yesterday on the move to the downside here. We added 1,900 in open interest, but we were unable to really pierce and hold below that weekly kickoff low. Now we're back centrally located within the weekly kickoff high, weekly kickoff low. We are kind of teasing it up against the high end of this 7-day range that we've been in. Not too sure what I want to do with that. With that open interest yesterday and the lack of direction, I think we've been seeing some decent volume coming back into this market for the last couple of days. While it is range bound, it does indicate something bigger is bound to happen. So I'm going to be watching the weekly kickoff low and I think the high of this balance area for possible changes. in direction. If we if we take out the low of the weekly kickoff low here, I'm looking for a bigger move. We take out the high of this balance area, I'm looking for a bigger move. But in between there, I'm fading those extremes. I'm looking for cheap sells, cheap shorts near the high of this range. I'm looking for cheap longs near the low of this range until something breaks, till something changes. Uh, let's take a look at the 30. Look at the number of overnight longs in this market. Settlement is all the way down here, 1932.60. Almost all of our activity was to the upside here. I don't think that the opening range was necessarily the high, but all these overnight longs are going to be looking for help, and they're going to be looking for new business or buyers to continue to come into this market during the regular trading hour session. If they don't, there's plenty of targets or visual targets for us to look for targets to the short side. We're looking for value high. We're looking for point of control. We're looking for settlement from yesterday. How we're looking at weekly kickoff low down here as another possible target. If this is just overnight longs and we don't get some more buyers coming into this market, I'll move back towards settlement. I believe would make sense. And now to our currencies. I've been getting a little bit long-winded here. I apologize. So our currencies are a little bit more interesting today. There's big volume yesterday here in the euro. There was big volume in a lot of these markets because of Powell and the news that came out yesterday. Open interest, we added about 2,500 in open interest, but with no consequence. We can't tell if they're new longs or new shorts. We put in kind of a doji. So money came into this market, difficult to know what direction. We've opened today and we're testing weekly kickoff high. That's going to be our pivotal level for us today, this 118.93 weekly kickoff high. Let's see what the market is doing in and around it. So we did open with a slight gap. We've closed the gap. If we can't hold below this important level here, this weekly kickoff level, I'll look for continuation to the upside. It's a long way for us to come down all the way down and test back to the value area or settlement. But again, we have a situation where we have a lot of longs here, so it's probably going to be relatively easy to look for an opportunity for a short to go back down there. If too many people are doing that, they're going to wreck it, and we may just see this market re-accept above weekly kickoff high, take out the overnight high, and continue to the upside. Just all these longs here are what are kind of concerning me to looking for longs. Okay, and the Japanese yen also working in and around weekly kickoff high. Look at this. Went around the world last night. We tested weekly kickoff low. We tested weekly kickoff high, all in one session. How many sessions did it take for us to do that before? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, 1, 2, 3, 4 here, 1, 2, 3, all last night. What got into this market? Hell, open interest yesterday. Of course, we had a higher volume yesterday. Everything did. No real change in open interest. We had a 200 in open interest. Makes sense. We didn't go anywhere. We didn't test any important levels. Let's see what we're looking at today. We're expecting some pretty decent volume today, and again, so similar to the euro. And I love it when a plan comes together. We have settlement all the way down here, 93.8150, 93.81 and a half ticks, I should say. Look at all the longs in this market, and right up against an important inflection level like the weekly kickoff high. We've tested this level. It has been resistant, still seems to be resistant, and until it's proven not to be, this is a level for us to limit our risk. We get another shot at it. It's not going to cost us much, even if it doesn't play out. Those are the trades that I like. Lots of longs. Closed the gap already. Interesting. Good stuff, and I think some pretty decent opportunities for us today. And again, I look forward to finishing the week strong and hopefully getting onto the weekend relatively early. I'm not going to be. I've got things to do all day today, but why not? If you made some money this week and you made some money this morning, start the weekend early. Doyle, I agree. The with the shirt, been killing it for the last 2 days. Well, good, Doyle. I hope I didn't wreck it for you. Top Step hoodies coming for winter, masks. Um, Tanya, I'll see what I can scare up. I'm not sure what we have, but I'll ask for you. And we'll see what we can come up with. Uh, Brip Def. This morning was Brazy Bud buying and selling zones. Good. Nasdaq setting new all-time highs after new all-time highs. It just keeps going, doesn't it, Michael? These markets are just amazing every day. NQ. Yep. Until it doesn't. Thank you, Michael. Dag. Thank you, Anthony. I do love the S&P. It was where I spent the vast majority of my floor career. I do love the S&P when it's good to me. I think everything in futures trading and forex trading is a bit of a love-hate thing, but it's the passion for markets that keeps me coming back. KJ, good to see you. Welcome to the market forecast. If this is your first trip here, don't remember if I saw KJ there before. Apologize if you have, but I appreciate the good morning. Troy, good morning. Level 2, what up, people? I am taking vacation day. Good luck. All right, good. Enjoy level 2. Michael H., Sarah, enjoy. Yes. Anthony, yes, their helicopters are now. Oh, yeah, the boys with the helicopters are coming back to work. Yeah, week after this, even after next, I should say, right? Do some community work today. Oh, good. Buying some groceries to distribute to some unfortunate people. Level 2. That's great, man. I always, many of you have probably heard me say, be good to yourself and be good to somebody else. That's the way to do it. Level 2. Be good to somebody else. Feels good. You help out. Wonderful thing. That is awesome. Getting lots of props here from our friends. All right, Jack. All right, Anthony, you have good trading. All right, I got to get going here. We're about ready to open the E-mini S&Ps. S&P is the hot girl who breaks your heart, but you still love her. She's good. Yes, right. Right. Yep. All right. So hopefully the fixed shirt doesn't affect anybody's trading today. I would not like that to happen. Let's take our deep breath. Stay humble, grateful, and creative today. Don't forget to say a prayer for everybody affected by everything. And have a great weekend. Get some rest. Stay clean. Be good to yourself. Be good to somebody else. I look forward to seeing you all on Monday morning, 8 o'clock for the market forecast. Thanks to all of you who joined me for the group coaching that we did on Wednesday. Let me know what you thought about it and how we can do better. I think it might have to be a little bit longer if we get that much good participation and that many good questions. But hopefully you enjoyed it. Okay. On that note, get out there and profit. Have a great weekend. Be ready for Monday. Remember, always trade for tomorrow. Trade well.